everyone, my name is Jennifer Stiegler-Balfour and I'm an assistant professor in the psychology department. And the project I will be talking about today focuses on whether or not using an inverted classroom approach would be an effective teaching method for a research methods course. So I've already introduced myself, but on the right you can see a picture of Emily Vassar, and Emily served as the research assistant for this project. And she worked with me on the project during the spring semester, and Emily is a psychology and education double major, and she's currently a junior. Research on the inverted classroom has shown that it's a very effective way of teaching, particularly courses that require problem solving. So when teaching in a flipped classroom form, students have constant access to many course resources, including lectures, which of course is beneficial for them. The inverted classroom approach allows students to see information in many different contexts. By implementing videos and class activities, students are exposed to information in various forms, which gives them the opportunity to take on the role of self-directed learners, and students are also tasked with seeking out information available to them, as well as process that information more deeply. In this form of teaching, the videos and in-class activities are often seen as an extension of the instructor, thus serving as an additional learning support for difficult concepts. It's also been shown that with this approach, students often make greater academic gains, oftentimes because they have to learn at their own pace, and they also have the opportunity to review certain materials several times. So the current study utilized an inverted classroom model to enhance problem-based learning skills in a research methods course, and the goal of this approach was to leverage multimedia resources to reinforce core concepts outside of the classroom, thereby creating opportunities to devote more in-class time to hands-on learning experiences. So for this study, we used video clips and then also in-class activities. Students participated in regular exams and also completed a final project, and then last but not least, they completed a survey. So to create the various videos for the class, we use QuickTime software, which is typically on Mac computers. We also used an iPad app called Explain Everything to work out problems step by step. And then we also used software called Screencast-O-Matic to create videos on a PC, because some of the software that was used required to be run on a PC, and specifically we used SPSS software. So on average, students reported that they viewed the videos once per week in preparation for lecture and in-class activities. The video clips were typically between 5 and 10 minutes long and introduced students to a new topic, but the videos also showed them how to apply these concepts in various contexts. Next, students attended class where other course material was covered, and at least once per week, students completed an in-class activity which required them to apply a concept which they had learned. Students, of course, were encouraged to work together in groups, and during these activities, the professor was available to answer any questions that they had. And then 3 times throughout the semester, students received an exam, which tested their knowledge on covered materials by responding to both multiple choice and short answer essay questions. Most of the multiple choice and essay questions required students to show that they could apply the knowledge that they had learned. To further show that they had not only mastered the course materials in theory, they also had to show that they could do it actually practically. Students had to complete a research project, which involved them developing a hypothesis. Once they had come up with a research idea, they had to develop appropriate materials to conduct their study, collect and analyze the data, as well as present their findings at the research symposium, and then also write an APA-style research paper based on their project. And then because research has shown that it's also important that students perceive a new teaching method as beneficial for their learning, we also administered a survey at the end of the semester to assess if students found the short video clips beneficial for their learning. The preliminary analysis showed that for easy concepts, it made no difference if a traditional or inverted classroom approach was used, as can be seen by these numbers. However, for more difficult concepts, we observed an 8% increase for questions on the exams which were taught via the inverted classroom approach, definitely showing that there is a benefit. So here you can also see some more results from the survey data. 100% of the students actually felt that completing the activities while the professor was present was beneficial, and 75% of students felt that they performed better in the class, and 80% of students felt that they performed better on the exams because of the videos. Furthermore, 80% of the students felt that watching the videos increased their confidence in the materials. Most of the students watched the videos once or twice, but some students watched them more often. And all students found that the materials were really easy to access online, so the technology was easy to use for them. Also, 65% of students said that they would prefer a class that used either an inverted model or a combination of traditional and inverted model for a class approach. And 80% of students said that they could actually see the inverted model working for other classes as well. Although no formal analysis was conducted to assess whether students in the course performed better on their research projects, it's pretty clear that covering some of the topics via video rather than during class allowed for more in-class time to actually work on the projects and also to apply some of the concepts more. So in conclusion, it's pretty safe to assume that students actually learned a lot from these videos and that it enhanced their learning. It also showed that the students showed better performance on the exams and in-class activities because they were able to apply the knowledge that they had learned via the flipped method. Also, this method is very flexible and versatile and can be used in many different settings, and it appears also that it was well liked by students. So next steps would be to explore whether this method would also be successful in other classes, such as maybe statistics. Also, I would like to explore maybe other technologies that could enhance learning in the classroom. And then, of course, it's also a goal to continuously assess the effectiveness of this teaching method to make sure that students' learning is optimized. And then last, I would like to thank Susan Hillman and Carl Kerrigan for the support with this project. And then I would also like to thank the Office for Research and Scholarship and the Center for the Enrichment of Teaching and Learning for their support in the form of a mini grant to allow us to work on this project.